Imagine showing up at the airport with a single carry-on bag, breezing past the baggage drop line, skipping the carousel. Wait after landing, and walking straight out into your destination like you own the place. No stress, no lost luggage, no extra fees. Just you, your bag, and total freedom. That is the reality for people who have cracked the code on packing. And today, I am going to hand that code directly to you. Here's the thing most travel content gets completely wrong. They tell you to pack less, but they never tell you what to actually keep. So you end up cutting random things, feeling underprepared, and swearing off minimalist packing forever. But what if the answer was not about cutting random stuff? It was about having a specific intentional framework of just 9 categories of items that cover literally every situation a trip can throw at you. Whether you were heading to Tokyo for 2 weeks or a beach town for a long weekend, this system works every single time. I have road tested this across different climates, different trip lengths, and wildly different travel styles, and I keep coming back to the same 9 things. Stay with me through this whole video because the order I share these actually matters. Each one builds on the last, and there is a layering strategy at the end that will completely change how you physically pack your bag. Let us get into it. Number 1 on the list is a versatile base layer, and I want you to think about this differently than you normally would. Most people pack outfits. They think in complete looks: shirt, pants, shoes. That is how overpacking starts. Instead, think in building blocks. A versatile base layer is a neutral, lightweight top that can be dressed up or down depending on what you add to it. We are talking a high-quality merino wool or performance blend crew neck, or simple tee in a color like navy, gray, black, or olive. The reason this tops the list is that it forms the foundation of every single outfit you build on a trip. Merino wool specifically is a game changer because it naturally resists odor, meaning you can wear the same shirt multiple days without anyone noticing, including yourself. 1 or 2 of these covers you for almost any trip length. Number 2 is a single pair of versatile bottoms. 1 pair. I know that sounds impossible, but stick with me. The key word here is versatile. You are looking for a dark wash slim or straight jean, or a chino-style pant that passes in both casual and slightly dressier settings. Dark colors hide wear better and photograph well, so they look fresh even after days of use. These bottoms need to work for a hike, a nice dinner, a museum, and a flight. If they can do all 4, they earn their spot. Now, if your trip involves beach time or a workout, this is where a pair of lightweight shorts or athletic bottoms can double as both your active layer and your loungewear, tucking into corners of your bag without much bulk at all. Number 3 is a layering piece, and this is honestly the item most people forget to think about strategically. A single mid-weight layer, either a lightweight packable jacket, a zip-up fleece, or a structured overshirt, handles the temperature swings you encounter on almost every trip. Planes are cold, air-conditioned restaurants are freezing. Mornings and even warm destinations can catch you off guard. 1 smart layer eliminates all of that uncertainty. The key is that it needs to be packable, meaning it compresses down significantly when not in use, and it should look intentional, not like you grabbed the first thing off a hook on your way out. Earth tones and neutral colors work best here because they visually coordinate with everything else in your bag without effort. Number 4 is your footwear strategy. Now here is where I need you to resist the urge to pack multiple pairs of shoes, because shoes are the single biggest space wasters in any bag. The move is to wear your bulkiest pair on the travel day, because those go on your feet, not in your bag. From there, you pack 1 secondary option that serves a completely different function. If you wear a casual sneaker onto the plane, pack a sleek sandal or a lightweight loafer that covers dressier occasions. If you wear a chunky boot, pack a clean sneaker. The pairing handles 90% of situations without the bag space of 3 pairs. Footwear is also where you want to think about what your destination actually demands. City trip, comfort is king. Beach trip, sandals and one pair of sneakers covers everything. Now, before we get to number 5, I want to pause on something important. A lot of people hit this point in a packing list and start to get nervous. They think about all the what ifs. What if there is a fancy dinner? What if the weather shifts? What if I want options? And that anxiety is exactly what the packing industry profits from. Big luggage, extra fees, and heavy bags filled with things you statistically never touch. Research consistently shows that most travelers use about 60% of what they pack on any given trip. That means nearly half of your bag is dead weight. The 9-item framework is specifically designed to kill that dead weight without killing your options. Number 5 is one versatile dress or smart casual outfit element depending on your style. For people who wear dresses, a single wrap dress or shirt dress in a solid color or subtle pattern covers beach, dinner, sightseeing, and even a business casual situation depending on how you style it. For people who lean towards separates, a single elevated piece like a blazer or a linen button-up creates a totally different look when layered over your base items without adding much weight at all. This is the piece that handles your 1 or 2 nicer occasions without dedicating an entire luggage section to formal wear. The trick is choosing something that photographs differently depending on how you accessorize it, which brings us right to number 6. Number 6 is accessories, and I am giving you a tight limit here. 2 to 3 accessories maximum, a scarf or bandana, 1 hat, and 1 simple jewelry piece or belt. That is your full accessory kit. Before you roll your eyes, hear me out. A lightweight scarf alone serves as a blanket on cold flights, a beach cover-up, a sun shield, a pillow substitute, and a fashion layer that transforms a basic outfit into something that looks curated and intentional. A hat does the same kind of heavy lifting: sun protection, bad hair day solution, and a visual statement all in one. And 1 jewelry item or belt shifts the entire register of an outfit from casual to polished. 3 items doing the work of 10. That is the goal of every single item on this list. Number 7 is your toiletry and personal care setup, and I want to address this quickly because it is usually where people either go completely overboard or make peace with buying things on arrival. Here is the honest answer. For any trip under 10 days, you can comfortably fit all of your essential toiletries into a single quart-sized clear bag using solid or concentrated versions of your products. Solid shampoo bars, travel-sized moisturizer, a good multi-purpose balm, sunscreen, and any prescription or personal medication. Solid products have transformed what is possible here because they are not subject to liquid restrictions. They weigh almost nothing, and they last significantly longer than liquid equivalents. Anything else? Toothpaste, deodorant, a razor fits without issue. If something runs out, every destination on Earth sells basics. Stop treating your toiletry bag like a safety net for the apocalypse. Number 8 is your tech and connectivity kit, and this one requires ruthless editing just like everything else. Your phone is your camera, your map, your entertainment, your boarding pass, and your communication device. It does more than any dedicated gadget you could pack. Beyond that, you need a reliable portable charger, a universal adapter if you are traveling internationally, 1 pair of earbuds or headphones, and your charging cable. That is the full kit. If you are someone who uses a laptop for work, that goes in your bag and counts as your one device. If you do not need a laptop for work, your phone genuinely handles everything else. The instinct to bring a tablet and a laptop and a camera and a portable speaker is the tech version of packing 6 pairs of pants. Identify the real need. Bring the real tool. Number 9 is your personal documents and comfort travel pouch. This is not a glamorous item, but it might be the most important one. a slim document organizer that holds your passport, any physical cards, emergency cash, in local and home currency, your insurance information, and any necessary travel documents is essential. Pair this with a small comfort kit for the actual travel portion, a sleep mask, a small lip balm, a pain reliever, a set of earplugs, and whatever else makes long-haul travel survivable for you personally. The key is that this lives in the top or front pocket of your bag, where you can access it without digging. It is always the same spot every single trip. Consistency here saves you from that panic moment at the boarding gate where you cannot remember where anything is. Now that you have all 9, let me show you how to actually pack them together, because the physical packing strategy is what turns this from a theory into a practical system that works in a real carry-on. The approach is called the bundle or layering method, and it dramatically reduces wrinkles and maximizes space compared to rolling or flat folding alone. You start by laying your flattest, largest items, like your pants and jacket, flat in the bag, letting them drape over the edges. Then you place your medium bulk items like your shoes, your tech pouch, and your toiletry bag in the center. Then you wrap the larger items around the center bundle. Your clothes end up wrapped around the solid items in a way that keeps everything in place and takes up significantly less space than you would expect. For the carry-on bag itself, you want something in the 40 to 45 liter range that complies with major airline size restrictions. Most reputable travel bag brands publish their dimensions clearly and will explicitly state carry-on compliance. Get a bag with multiple external pockets, so your documents, your tech accessories, and your comfort pouch each have a dedicated home. The less you have to dig for something, the more the system feels effortless. And here is where people always ask the same question. What about longer trips? What about 2 or 3 weeks? The honest answer is that the system does not fundamentally change, it just shifts slightly in quantities. You might add a second base layer shirt and an extra pair of lightweight bottoms. You lean more heavily on laundry services, either hotel laundry, a laundromat, or even hand washing synthetic fabrics in the sink and leaving them to dry overnight. Merino wool and synthetic performance fabrics exist almost specifically for this use case. They dry in hours, they do not wrinkle, and they refresh with a shake and some fresh air in ways that cotton simply cannot. Once you start building your travel wardrobe around those fabric types, week-long trips in a carry-on start to feel genuinely easy rather than like an extreme sport. What I want you to take away from this is not just a packing list. It is a complete shift in how you think about what travel actually requires. Every single thing you put in a bag should be able to answer 2 questions. First, does this serve a clear and specific function on this trip? Second, is there already something in this bag that does the same job? If the answer to the first question is vague, and the answer to the second question is yes, that item does not make the cut. When you run every single packing decision through those 2 filters, the bag almost curates itself. There is also a psychological payoff to traveling light that is genuinely hard to describe until you experience it yourself. When your bag fits in the overhead bin every time without stress, when you can move through a city quickly because you are not dragging a massive case over cobblestones, when you feel agile and prepared rather than burdened, travel transforms. It stops being something you recover from and starts being something you are fully present for. The bag gets lighter, and somehow the whole experience gets richer. Let me also give you a quick tip on the carry-on versus checked bag debate because I know someone in the comments is going to bring it up. The case for carry-on only is not just about saving money on bag fees, although that adds up fast. It is about control. Your bag is with you always. It cannot be lost, delayed, or damaged in transit. You do not spend 20 minutes at baggage claim when you could already be in a taxi. You can book connecting flights with less buffer time because you are not waiting on luggage. For business trips, weekend getaways, and trips up to 2 weeks, the carry-on system genuinely wins on almost every metric. For a month-long trip or a move or a journey that involves formal events with specific dress codes, checked luggage earns its spot. But for the vast majority of trips most people take in a year, this 9-item framework fits everything you actually need into a bag that fits under the seat in front of you. Quick recap before you go. Number 1, versatile base layer. Number 2, 1 pair of versatile bottoms. Number 3, a packable layering piece. Number 4, your 2-shoe strategy worn and packed. Number 5, 1 elevated piece for nicer occasions. Number 6, 2 to 3 accessories maximum. Number 7, a streamlined toiletry kit using solid products. Number 8, your essential tech and connectivity kit. And number 9, your documents and travel comfort pouch. 9 things. Every trip. Try it once, and I genuinely believe you will never go back to checking a bag unless you absolutely have to. If this helped you, hit like because it actually tells me what kind of content to make more of. And subscribe if you want more practical travel and lifestyle content that cuts through the noise. Drop a comment below with your number 1 packing mistake or something you always end up not using on trips. Because I read everything, and that kind of feedback shapes exactly what I make next. See you in the next one.